Hey Summoners, Shakarez or Kalebot here, and welcome to another installment of Item Analysis. Today I wanted to talk about a much underrated item called Twin Shadows, or Spooky Ghost if you prefer. Let's start with the basics. The item costs 2,400 gold and grants 80 ability power, 10% cooldown reduction, and 6% movement speed, with the addition of having an active that sends 2 ghosts to scout for you that will slow an enemy for 40% for 2.5 seconds if they find one. The most recent change to this item made it so the active cooldown is reduced if the ghosts come back to its user after not finding anything. Starting with gold value and efficiency, this item's value is actually below the cost, excluding the active that is impossible to measure. The item's overall gold value is 2,281 gold, meaning you're paying 5% extra to get the stats or paying 5% for the active if you prefer that point of view. But Shakarez, doesn't this mean this item is crap? Not at all. First off, remember that you can't look solely at the maths, as they don't show at all. 80 ability power is the correspondent to a needlessly large rod, and 80 is quite the amount of ability power. Twin Shadows only really falls behind the big ticket items like Deathcap, Deathfire Grasp, or Zhonya's, and is in line if not above the other AP purchases. Secondly, stats like movement speed and CDR are a bit harder to obtain as there is no basic item that yield these stats, so they end up being heavily undervalued when calculating gold values. You need to get these values from Kindle Gem and Ether Wisp, meaning they end up being kind of undervalued from a math point of view. Finally, the item's active is very strong, albeit being underrated. We all know that in Season 4, due to the ward limitation, warding the map becomes hard, and there are a lot of unwarded spots that may have someone waiting to ambush you. This becomes especially true when you're losing and you're getting vision choked. Twin Shadows active is a very good tool for scouting in these situations. Other than that, it's a really good item to catch fleeing targets, so you can then use your own CC to follow up while they're slowed. Right now you should be seeing on your screen the 10 champions that use Twin Shadows the most. The sample isn't really that big. Nami is number 1, but you only really see Twin Shadows on Nami in 500 games. From the 10 champions I listed, I want to mention the best users in my own opinion. Nami is top of the chart, and with good reason. You can use Twin Shadows to catch someone out and then land an easy Aqua Prison. Zyra and Morgana are excellent Twin Shadow users as well. First off, coming originally from the middle lane position means that they have strong ratios and they can use the large amount of ability power coming from the item. Secondly, hitting a binding or a root becomes much easier when your targets are slowed. Combining the active with one of these abilities is deadly. Twisted Fate is a champion that actually uses Twin Shadows very well. He's very immobile, so both the percentage movement speed and the active help him a lot when chasing or fleeing from a target. Unfortunately, you don't see it much on him because you want to prioritize bigger purchases, like Zhonya's Hourglass, but I can definitely see it fitting the build, as he traditionally doesn't go for a mana item like Athene's or Morellonomicon, and can rely on double Dorans for mana sustain. Other than these champions, there are other 3 that I'd like to mention. Annie, especially on the support role, can use this very well to catch and initiate on targets. The fact that she has extremely high ratios just means she'll use the 80 ability power very well. Katarina and Mordekaiser are 2 other examples of champions that can use this well. The lack of crowd control on their kits can be helped with a slow that will give enough sticking power to unleash a full combo. Overall, Twin Shadows is a strong item that gives pretty good stats and a very strong active. What mainly stops this item from being more popular is its price, sitting at 2,400 gold, and the fact that it's usually either too expensive for supports or overlooked by mid laners that look for more important purchases. But give it a try, for me. Thank you very much for watching, and join me next time when I'll be covering every AP auto attacker's favorite item. Until then, I'll see you guys in the Rift. Shakarez signing out.